We are Total Dysfunction,
and you're listening
to the Music City
San Francisco podcast.
All right, good morning, guys. The band Total Dysfunction in Music City for the podcast. How are we feeling this morning? Early morning.
Awesome. Woo, yeah, it's
There
awesome.
we go. That's how it sounds early in the... Whose idea was this again, early in the morning?
Val's.
Oh, there we go.
the
Val.
bass player.
The bass player, yeah.
It's always the basser.
Valentino, the bass player. Thank you for getting us together at the crack of dawn this morning. It's great to hang out with you guys so early. The rest of you, we got Mathew, the drummer.
What's up?
And we got Lucas. Lucas, lead singer, lead guitar, and as far as I understand, songwriting, lyrics.
Thank
Yeah?
you. Thank you.
Yep.
Okay.
All of the time, Val.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to talk so much, right?
That's how you put the drummer back in the corner, man. I like it.
Wow.
How's the first album recording going? Let's start right there.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's
Swimmingly, some might say.
Yeah.
It's a really cool experience because I know some people don't get the opportunity, so we just try to, you know, make do.
Yeah, and it's a pretty cool opportunity you've got. Well, why don't you tell us a little bit about where you're recording and how you got there?
So we're recording at Hyde Street Studios right now, and we were performing at Battle of the Bands at Music City, and
Yeah, right, yeah.
yeah, and we got
We were winning.
We-
at Battle
yeah.
of the Bands.
and we got noticed by Chris, who is the producer at Hyde Street, and he told us to come down and we exchanged information, and one thing led to another. We're in the studio.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay. And tell me something, man. I heard a little bit about your first day in studio when you first went to Chris and you guys had all your instruments. And as far as the legend goes, you guys blasted through like 5, 6, 7 songs in one
Oh, yeah.
session.
8 songs.
Yeah. 8
8
songs.
songs?
8 songs.
8 songs in 3 hours, I think, right?
3
8
hours.
Yeah, 8 songs in 3 hours.
Yeah.
We only took 2 takes on all of them except for Rock and Roll Band and the Other Side of Town, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And what made you feel like you had to get 8 songs done in 3 hours?
No money.
Well,
Money,
we
money,
had-
curse.
money is hard at this age.
we had 6 hours, but we were like, what? Like, let's just, I mean, we got them all done in 3 hours, so why not do it, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
we don't need to waste the extra time if we're just gonna breeze through them. Because we came right before the studio session. We came Music City and practiced. Like
Yeah.
from 10 to 11:30, we were here.
Yeah.
Because
And then how often have you been practicing before that? How often, like weekly, twice a week?
twice, I'd say. Once it was twice.
Hmm.
Well, we were playing shows though, so we usually practice once a week,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. And
Well,
then
we would book a room here as often as possible.
Yeah.
Because there's 3 of us. There's always someone away or asleep or
yeah.
doing something stupid.
Well,
Yeah. I think because we always practiced before a show too. We
Yeah.
always came early and practiced before we went on.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was I don't know if we'd count that because I was just like tweaking everything before we actually played. But we usually practice for an hour, 45 minutes then too. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Slowly, I'm building the timeline of your band in my head. We'll get to the actual timeline in
Yeah.
just a minute. But I'd like to go just back one conversation there and talk about, one of you said, I think it was you, Lucas, you said money's tough at this age.
It is.
Yeah, and I mean, any musician that's ever picked up any kind of instrument will be
yeah.
able to relate to
Yeah.
the fact that
Yeah.
it's tough to pay for what you need in music. Not only your gear and your instruments, but transport up and down to rehearsal rooms, to shows, and then all the way over to paying, a studio to record.
Yeah.
Money in music is tough, man. You guys were just talking about that a minute ago, and I know someone cracked a joke and said, "Yeah, we'll get paid one day." Man, it's rare that you do in music, you know.
Yes.
And the fact that you guys are still doing it with bright eyes, let me put it that way, and all the passion and the energy
Yeah.
that you've got is fantastic. And as far as everybody else that's watching you goes, that's what people love to see in you guys. That's why you had the most votes at Battle of the Bands. That's why you know, when people saw you up on stage at Music City the few times you've played here, you know, everyone, big smile on their face. Everyone really enjoys it. And so thank you for bringing that energy, firstly.
I feel like, I mean, you know, we're 16. We just like to have fun, right? We're not really doing it for like, you know, to get huge or do the money. I mean, obviously we want to get big, right? But like, it's just fun to stay up there and rock out.
We love doing what we love.
And it's weird now though, because I feel like, you know, we're recording and we're getting, you know, like this and podcasts and people want to see our shows. We're getting shows. And it's like, this is for something we love, that was really fun, right? Now it's kind of turning into like a business in a way, which is, it's weird because now we have to think about so many different things that I never thought we'd have to, you know? I just like, oh, we're going to show up, you know, we'll play some shows, but now we're like, we have to email people, we have to talk to people, you know?
We have to create an Instagram.
Yeah, we have to create an Instagram or a YouTube. We got to, there's so many.
Email address.
Yeah, and you got to create a logo, right?
Yeah, we got one.
Tell me about your logo. When did you create that and how?
Man. So my girlfriend's mom is a graphic designer, so I called in a little favor, and my girlfriend asked. She was like, "What do you want incarcerated in this logo?" And I just said, you know, something not too crazy, but something that will give off like just a solid logo that would like catch someone's eye, you know. And I had drawn this really cool looking dragon on my guitar, and we all kind of decided. We actually decided this in Hyde Street Studios. That we wanted that to be our logo, and surrounding it would be the words "Total Dysfunction" and some weird lettering.
Awesome, man.
I don't remember us talking about that, but yeah, it's a good logo.
It was a good conversation.
It was a good conversation. Yeah,
It was decided without you.
Yeah.
Man. That's okay.
We turned
That's
your
what's going on
headphones
your
down.
kick drum, man. There we go.
hell, that would be
That's
an
a cool
awesome
story,
logo.
man.
Awesome logo on the kick drum. That'd be awesome.
It would.
It's so
yeah.
cool.
It would be cool,
Yeah.
yeah. And the fact that you decided on the logo after you'd already had shows, you know,
Yeah.
that just goes to show once again what you were saying, Matt, is that, you know, you don't know what it comes with until you're in it. You
Yeah.
know?
Well,
You guys thought, this is cool, we'll play in the garage and we'll go
Yeah.
get up on stage. And it's interesting how many steps there are in
Yeah,
between
it's
all
insane.
the different things.
because I guess when you're listening to an album, right, like any famous musician, you really never know what actually goes into it, right? But now we actually know what's happening, and it's kind of cool. But
Yeah.
I remember when we were playing Battle of the Bands, though, we were talking about the logo. We put up a logo of a skeleton, and then
What was that?
I don't know. And then Lucas's mom and my mom are like, "You can't put that on an album because that would totally be copyrighted because we got the photo from the internet."
I actually pieced a bunch of different pictures of like skeleton things
Together.
in that picture.
So it's interesting you brought that up because when I first asked about your logo, that's what came to mind. I remember that Battle of the Bands, and I think I had asked you guys the day before or 2 days before. I said, "Hey man, send me your band logo so we can put it up on the wall." And you guys were like, "Okay, we'll get something together." You know, you're not stopping yourselves because you don't have something. I asked you for a logo, you didn't have one. You didn't say you didn't have one. You told me no problem, and you got it done, man.
Yeah.
And that's once again, man. Keep up that attitude. That's fantastic to see, man. I'm gonna go back and talk about your age a little bit more, I say a little bit more because it's important to mention your age, but it's also not important to get stuck on it because the truth is, and I think we spoke on the phone the other day, and I told you guys the truth is, you guys, with where you're going, and if you get right what you want to get right with your passion, you're going to be inspiring people not only of your age and younger, but also people my age, Albert's age, Rudy's age. I don't know if you guys know how old Rudy Colombini is, but he's owned this place for like 25 years. So that can give you an idea. The guy's been around the block, and he's even shown interest, you know, in your band. So yeah, getting hooked on your age is not important, but it's important for everyone to know that you guys are 16.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, you're still in high school. You're on summer break right now. Is that right?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. And having fun, you know?
Hell yeah.
Playing shows.
Yeah.
I'm
doing what you do.
I'm actually in summer school. So
You're in
That's
summer
like-
school.
That's
9 to 5.
9 to 5 job, Valentino, which is, let me just tell everyone, is the reason we got you so early is so you can get back to work, man.
Yeah.
What do you do? What do you do?
I work at a summer camp over in McLaren Park, so I have to commute back over there after this. But yeah, I know it's a science summer camp, so I'm just kind of hanging out and having a good time, just like blasting rockets and like hanging out in trees
And getting paid.
and getting paid
There we go,
Tree
man.
to
farm
get more
tracks?
studio time.
There we go. Nice, man. Nice. The wheel turns.
Goes crazy, bro. Tree Frog Tracks?
hmm
Hell yeah.
This guy's doing nothing all day.
That's
Yeah.
not true.
No, he's playing drums in his garage.
Yeah, exactly.
I actually heard a little bit about your schedule today. Now we've spoken about Val. You got a drum lesson later?
I do.
Yeah?
How do you know that?
I know everything, man.
Matt knows everything.
I do. I mean, it's gonna be fun. I've been going to my drum instructor for like 12 years now, so that's
Okay.
okay.
I
Fun.
think he'd
That's
be better.
dedication.
Yeah, I think I'd be better too, Val. But you know,
Obviously, your skill comes through when you sit behind the kit, man. You've definitely got like a high skill level for someone your age, and I'm glad you told us. 12 years you've been with the same drum teacher, or just taking lessons in general?
I've been taking lessons for 12 years, but I've been with him for like 9.
9
8
years
or
you've
9.
been with Jeff.
Yeah,
Sheesh,
it's been a long
Jeff.
time.
long time, man.
Love Jeff. He's awesome.
Jeff's a great drummer
Yeah.
and obviously a good teacher.
Yeah.
And I wanted to talk about you a little bit, not only for your drumming skill, but I was there at your first performance before Val was on
Oh,
stage
yeah.
with you guys, the two of you. And actually, this question is kind of directed at both of you guys. But on your first performance, Lucas, you had the lyrics, you had the sunglasses, you had the guitar, you had the front of the stage. But you didn't speak to the audience much.
Yeah.
I noticed that Matt had to jump out from behind the drum kit, run
Yeah.
all the way to the front of the stage, and do the audience interaction. And it was quite quirky and quite
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
And I just want to know a bit more about that. Is it something that you've had to grow into, Lucas and
That
Matt? Is it
is-
something that comes
well,
naturally to you?
I'll take this one.
Come on. Come
so-
on.
we perform at our school sometimes,
Okay.
or twice.
Yeah.
And we actually decided since he was in the back, he was in the back of the stage. He wanted to be a part of the front of the stage, so he had the idea to give the speech.
That's kind of skewed, but I'll continue.
Okay, well let's hear that version, and then we'll mute his headphones, and you can tell me your version.
But no, then we just kept on taking that to heart, you know, and we would, every other performance that's what we would do.
Yeah.
We would have something different, because it's always the lead singer who talks. It's always the guy in front who talks. Why not have the guy in the back talk? You know?
Yeah. I mean, I agree with that. Like, we always, in our shows, there's always a point where, like, halfway through, I always come and speak. Especially, like, on Battle of the Bands, when we were exactly halfway through the set, I came and spoke when Lucas's guitar string broke, and he had to fix a bunch of things that were not my problem, so I came and spoke. But, so what I remember is, for our very first show in January at our school, we were nervous, and we were going to play 2 songs. 2 first songs we wrote, Heartbreak Island and Rock and Roll Band. But then our band teacher was like, no, you only can play 1. So we're like, okay, because Lucas was going to introduce us and I was going to come out. But then we were like, okay, I'll introduce us because I want to speak. And I was in the back. So, and then, yeah. And now I always say something.
The rest is history.
The rest is history.
Okay, cool,
Yeah.
man. I really love what you told me. I did not expect that to be the answer, and the fact that you guys consciously decided to do something different, send your drummer to the front of the stage.
Yeah.
You should know it was noticed, and as is evidence of us talking about it right now. So that's pretty
Yeah.
cool. Let me move over before we get to the rest of the band members. Before we get to Lucas, let me move over to Val, because it's the newest band member, right? How long have you been with the band, Val?
Since
April, right?
Yeah,
April, yeah.
April or May.
April?
So yeah.
All right. And just to give all of our viewers and listeners a little bit of context, it is now July.
Yes. Yeah. So it's been a few months, but
Yeah.
I started with them. They asked me to play with them for the spring concert
Yeah.
at our school, right? So they had played the January one without me, and then we played the spring one all together, and we played 2 songs.
No, we played Heartbreak Island, only one.
We played 1 song.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. So that was the beginning. I started playing with them that day, night, whatever. And then they asked me to play with them at Music City, and I was like, sure. So it's just progressively just gone deeper and deeper into Total Dysfunction until I'm stuck.
Yeah.
Totally
Now I'm here.
dysfunctional.
You're not going anywhere.
I didn't,
No.
honestly, I didn't think,
Perfect.
I only thought he was going to be for 1 show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I thought you were not going to stay. I'm happy you did, though.
Interesting. Why?
I don't know, because we only talked about playing 1 show.
Yeah.
We were like 3 days before the concert, we're like, yo, you want to play bass for us? He was like, yeah.
It was
So we-
like
It was
48 hours.
It was like, yeah, it was a solid day or
it was
so.
a solid day. So then he
Yeah.
just got up on stage, probably won it, and he's here now.
Speaking of winging it, it seems like there's a lot of that going on, and I think it's part of the charm of Total Dysfunction,
Well,
man.
we-
Where you know what you're doing on your instruments, but you're
Yeah.
kind of flying by the seat of your pants in terms of the band.
We
and
write.
I love it.
We write no music down. We write no music down, like except for lyrics.
Except for
Lyrics.
lyrics.
We write no music down.
We don't.
Recordings,
Yeah.
videos.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll start playing something, and then
We're like, okay.
they'll catch on.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's digging in a little bit to your writing process. So we'll move over to Lucas now. You generally lead the idea, the riff, the lyrical hook or whatever.
Yeah.
And then you guys stick a phone on record or.
That's actually kind of my part. So I'll be at home and I'll just like, be strumming my guitar, and then I'll find something that works. I'll find something that's nice, and then I'll look around my room, or I'll go for a walk, or I'll go for a bike ride, see something that I like, and then turn it into a song. And then I'll just write down what I hear, like in this song, like if I see a piece of grass that looks cool, I'll be like, this song is called Blade of Grass.
Like Val's Sexy Car.
That's an up and coming song, Sexy Car.
Definitely changing that name.
But yeah, and then I'll bring it in. Without Val, I would just bring it to Mathew's house, and we would play in his garage. With Val, we would all just meet up at Music City. I'll play something. I get a Boots and Cats and a Dun Dun Dun. And we see if it works. We see if it doesn't. We'll like the time signature. We'll work on the solo areas. But there was this one instance where me and Mathew were at Guitar Center, and the drums are upstairs, the guitars are downstairs.
Yeah.
So I said, Mathew, why don't you go over here? You have 5 minutes to create a song on the drums and give me some lyrics, and I'll go downstairs. I'll write a riff, and I'll create some lyrics. 5 minutes, best song wins. And I go upstairs to him, and I hear Heartbreak Island, which Mathew can give us probably a better explanation.
Okay, so Heartbreak Island's an interesting one because it's about someone who is special. But that song was written in like September, and I remember Lucas was like, he came up and some of the lyrics are still in the song, and I wrote some very bad lyrics, very terrible lyrics. They're still in the song, and I just played a drum beat to him, and he was like, you know what, that's not bad. And then I come back a week later, he was like, oh yeah, the song's finished. I'm like, oh, that's great.
Yeah.
I remember though, I don't remember what you were playing, because I remember walking down, and he was playing something. I don't remember what it was, but
it's not relevant.
It was not relevant.
It's not
Okay.
relevant.
But yeah, Heartbreak Island is that one was like our first song we wrote together, right? Yeah, like actually together. And it's it's definitely not my favorite song,
No.
but it is a nice placeholder for the album, right? It's
Important
it's
song.
an important song. Yeah, it is an important song.
It's an important song in our band's history.
in our band's history, yeah.
Yeah, and it holds a special place in all of your hearts. I can tell just
Yeah.
when you talk about it. It's nostalgia, you know.
Yeah.
And it's very rare that the first or second song you wrote is going to be your favorite. So don't feel bad about that. You know. In fact, most times your most recent song is your favorite. What's the most recent song you guys wrote together?
We have a whole
Dog.
new album.
We have a
so,
whole new album
yeah.
that we're working on right now. It's in the works. It's I don't think we've come out with a name of it yet. But,
Yeah, it's not going to be your album. We're just going to...
we're not calling it your album.
Thank God. Okay.
But our most recent, would we do? That actually has a pretty good backstory to it. We're doing Rock Dog.
Rock Dog
Yeah.
is fun.
Rock Dog.
I love Rock
I think
Dog.
Val should tell us that one.
Yeah.
All right. Well, tell us about Rock Dog.
So we were going to the studio, Hyde Street Studio, for the first day, right? The first time we were going there. We're all super excited, all of that. And I basically just texted my parents, I'll see you in like 8 hours or something. And my dad just responded with a dog emoji and a rock emoji. And that just set the tone for the day.
Yeah.
Rock dog. Because that's like one of my parents call me V-Dog, right?
Okay.
Right? Everyone calls everyone dog. But that was rock dog. So then flash forward like 2 months, and now it's a song in the next album, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
I got
man.
inspiration from that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's-
Yeah. And what did you end up writing the song about?
Valentino.
Okay.
So I wrote a lot about how he rides his bike everywhere. He doesn't comb his long hair. And basically just about kind of making songs here, honestly, and how we met.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing, man. You know, I think a lot of band members wouldn't say, "Hey, I wrote this song about my bandmate."
Oh, yeah.
And, I think that's pretty cool, man.
I wrote a song about all three of us.
Yeah.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
What's that song called?
For you want to?
I haven't heard that one.
No, that one's you have. That's the one with the long solo in the end.
Oh.
This
Right, of course. That
It's
one.
the one where I play guitar for 2 minutes at the end by myself without you in it.
Where you guys left and I carried on?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So his song is called "I'm Sorry I Broke Your Heart."
Sorry I broke your heart. Yeah.
Sorry I broke your heart. My song, I don't really kind of have one. I guess you would call it Tears. I guess Tears would kind of be it, because I wrote that about when I was sad. I was leaving my high school to go to SH. I was leaving Mission High School to go to SH, and I was sad because I had to leave all my friends. So I wrote Tears, and now it's just a song. That was the first song ever written by me.
I thought you hated Tears.
I don't like Tears.
Okay.
That's,
But it embodies you.
Yeah, and he's Rock Dog.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. That's his
Okay.
new nickname now.
Yeah, the Rock Dog, man.
Rock
I
Dog.
like it. I can see a graphic coming on a bass
Oh,
guitar.
that'd be
one day
awesome.
soon.
Oh,
That'd be
pretty
awesome.
Yeah.
Rocking a dog emoji. You should get that tattooed.
Rocking the dog emoji?
Do any of you have tattoos?
No.
Oh, no, not yet.
I was gonna say, man. When did you get time to get tattoos?
I'm waiting for that day to come.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What are you waiting for? Your mom's permission? Or?
No, I have her permission. I'm waiting for my age, man.
Are you not allowed to? So sorry, man. I'm gonna ask you some questions that seem dumb because I'm actually not from the US.
Oh,
And
okay.
So there's
Yeah.
some things that I don't know, like tattoos. Is it not legal to have a tattoo under a certain age?
You gotta be 18, I think.
Yeah,
You have to be
You gotta be 18,
18.
yeah.
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 Okay.
Maybe,
I think so.
Maybe in Europe, if we all tour in Europe. or
Oh, we
something.
should have a crazy tour in Europe. That'd
Yeah,
be
and
awesome.
then we all get a 2025 Total Dysfunction Europe tour
Well-
tattoo.
Well, it has to be non-showing though, because you can't have a tattoo as a pilot if it's showing.
Who's becoming a pilot?
This guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So the joke about the brown jacket and the
Yeah,
aviators,
it's true.
it's all real, man.
Yeah.
It's not a joke. It's not
Yeah.
just surface level. That's something that you want
Yeah,
in life. That's
definitely.
fantastic,
Yeah.
man.
If this doesn't take off, that's where I'm going. Or I can just
He's
fly the
taking
private
off
jet
in a
around.
plane.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. I saw the play on words there. Very
Yeah.
clever.
But you know,
All right, and Lucas, your plan is to be a singer and a guitar player, and that's that.
Actually, my first dream was to go to the NBA. I was a basketball player. I still dabble.
you dabble.
I dabble.
You dabble.
You still
Or I
dribble.
dribble. Yeah, Val. I don't know what did you do before us?
What did I do before Total
Val was
Dysfunction?
actually
Yeah.
just waiting in a closet for you guys to
Yeah.
come out and find him and be
he-
like,
he
hey,
was-
here's
he
a
was-
bass guitar.
He was born.
Bass
He's just
guitar.
born.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. You mentioned that you have a job.
Yeah, so I worked that most summers, but for the future, it definitely will be shrouded in musicality, but
Mhm.
no one really knows at this age what they're gonna do. They're
Yeah.
just trying to find something to
Yeah.
latch on
Except
to.
Matthew.
Except for Matthew.
No, Matthew has
I
everything
am
planned out.
I am weird, so yeah.
Matthew has everything planned out.
Yeah, I'm
No,
gonna become a pilot. Then the FAA tells you you're retired at 67.
enough,
I'm
enough,
gonna become a
enough,
bus
enough,
driver. It's-
You should see when a plane flies over him. He's like, flight number 4127 flying over downtown westbound.
Can we cut this guy?
That's staying in there.
We're definitely keeping that. Sorry.
No, but Val's. I like to call him a musical genius. Whenever we
Yeah.
have like a problem with the amps or the mics, I just look at him and say,
fixes
"Go
it.
do your thing." You know?
Definitely got a technical side to your brain. I mean, as soon as we sat here, it was straight to the technical board,
soundboard, yeah.
where the rest of the
Wow.
band went straight to the mics. You know,
Yeah.
Wow.
you can pick up stuff like that. That's pretty awesome, man.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm crossing my arms. You have to put yours
Oh,
on
sorry.
the chair.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's his thing.
Can you guys please coordinate? How
Yeah,
you
come
look
on, guys.
camera?
Matthew, what are you doing?
I'm just
Matthew
kinda-
has his arms down here.
because I don't.
I can go like this.
I thought you were busy texting someone down there with your arms.
Oh,
in
my
the
bad,
way.
yeah, sorry.
No, I'm joking, man. I'm only bringing up texting because you guys mentioned Lucas's unread messages. How many unread messages do you have?
I have like 400 to 500 unread messages.
Yeah.
Do you know
I'm
the
a
kind of
popular
anxiety
guy.
that causes in most people?
Yeah.
man?
You know, when you gain that much popularity, you kind of just have to deal with it.
All right, so you're getting that out of the way early, man.
Yeah.
Paparazzi's not going to be an issue for you, man.
No.
All right, so one more question about your history, and then I'm
Yeah.
going to get on to more recent history, and that
Awesome.
is okay. So we know that Val came on board recently.
Yeah.
We know that you obviously you needed some bass in the band,
definitely.
and you guys became friends with Val before you invited him.
I met
into
Val
the
the
band.
first day of freshman year. Or-
Sadly.
Sadly, we were gonna make a rap group called Bars and Noble. I don't know what's sad
Oh,
about
yeah.
that. Bars and Noble.
It's still in the works. Don't
It
worry.
is still the work.
It's a side project, yeah, we come, man.
Bars and Noble.
No, but me and Lucas was in band, Mathew was in band. We were all in band together this year. But then I really became more friends with Lucas. He's in guitar in band, right? So we're close to each other in the room. But we each basically played a winter sport, and we're at school till ungodly hours together.
Okay.
So we'd both just be roaming around the halls, kinda waiting for practice to start. So 6:30 to 8:30 practice really isn't that fun.
Oh, no.
So
And
it's
somehow we show up early.
yeah, no, you'd always get there early. So either we'd switch off practice days, but we'd always see each other. So for like every weekday, for like, what is it, November or like September
It's
to
through
like,
December.
Ja-
It's like
January,
Yeah.
like we would just see each other like constantly,
Uh-huh.
basically.
We saw too much of each other.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
Ooh,
There were
shots
there were
fired
changing
there.
rooms.
Okay. And the question I was actually leading up to is the two of you. You guys have had the band for nearly a year now.
Yeah.
Started in
August.
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 man.
In your garage, Matthew.
In my garage. You know,
Actually,
the first day
that's
we
a
met
funny
each other, we
story.
were like, "You want to start a band?" He was like, "Yeah."
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's how.
First day we met.
We were
What?
playing for our school band
Yeah.
at a football game, and there was it Resmini? It was Luca there
It was
too?
It was Luca Resmini, and he was like, "Anyone want to start a band?" Me and Luca was like, "Yeah." and
And
then
then
Luca
he-
Resmini is not here.
I already had a band name in my mind. I told them right on the
Yeah.
spot, "Hey, what about Total Dysfunction?"
Yeah. So
Well,
what
let's
instruments
find the
are
whole
we
group
guys
chat.
using?
There's a video in September of us jamming out.
Oh god.
Yeah.
I
that
still
was
have
bad.
it. It was pretty fire. Yeah.
So
That's
It's
cool. You
huge.
got to hold on to that, man.
I know,
Hold
yeah,
on
it was
to that.
awesome.
He was
And-
technically started our band with us.
He did,
but it
Yeah.
was complicated. So
but then
we-
he disappeared for
Yeah.
like 6 months.
yeah, he was
Yeah.
just not even here.
Yeah.
disappeared.
Disappeared.
Just
Oh,
like
on
the
the face
average
of the
bass
earth.
player.
Yeah.
All right.
Turned me down in the mix.
All right. And then you came back, and that was that, man. You guys knew
Yeah.
who your bass player needed to be.
hmm
Yeah.
Not a big decision-making process.
No.
there.
He's a vital part of the band.
Yeah, no, we're also lucky that he's not older than us by at least by a
yeah.
good amount of time. But like, we don't want a 35-year-old bass player
Oh.
working at Walmart. Or
Yeah. Well,
something.
I mean, I like Val because he brings life to the
that
stage.
too.
You know what
he
I mean?
is very energetic.
I love it.
Mhm.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can agree, man. When and when I saw the three of you get up with three different style shades, sunglasses on. Who started the sunglasses thing? That must have been
Lucas.
you,
That was
Lucas.
probably me.
But it has to be based off of Mathew.
Yeah.
Always wearing.
Yeah, I'm
the
always
same
wearing
shit.
sunglasses.
That was my idea because I figured he was already going to be wearing them to the show in the first place.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Might
but-
as well just catch on to that, man.
Uh-huh. Our second show at school, actually, we all wore like Hawaiian leis and Hawaiian shirts.
Yeah.
Because it was about it was an island
an
song.
island,
It was
yeah.
Heartbreak Island, you know?
Yeah.
So we pulled up in Hawaiian shirts and
Yeah.
lace and sunglasses.
Yeah, and
And
sunglasses
then-
and sunnies.
And then you know that thing about the bands when we played the song and I ran around and everyone loved it.
Yeah.
Well, at school people didn't love it as much.
Yeah.
We're there
really?
for classical
He
music.
watched-
I'm running around and people
Trying to
are
give
like,
people
"What
high
is?" I'm trying to give
fives.
people high fives. Like it's a rock show.
Everyone's
and
just
everyone's
watching
like,
him.
everyone's just watching me. Like, come on, guys.
I think my mom gave you a high five.
Yeah, someone gave me a high five, but it wasn't many, and it made me really sad.
Oh, your mom gave him a high five. That is hilarious, man. I think that's the tagline of this whole podcast, man. That was too cool.
My best friend's mom gave me a high five.
That, or when you told me that your mom probably threw away your first set list.
Yeah, it's okay though.
So it's not magnetized to the refrigerator.
Nah,
at
I
home,
wish.
Okay.
But you know,
All right, man. It's been great to talk about your history and how you guys became friends, a little bit about your songwriting, a little bit about your dreams and aspirations outside of music. But I'd like to know a little bit about how you feel after walking into Hyde Street Studios. a place that it has gravitas. You know, it has obviously it's got a huge history. I'm sure you guys know a big long list of band names that have recorded there. Not only bands but individual artists. Not only rock and roll but hip hop and pop and all kinds of other artists that have recorded at Hyde Street Studios. Walking in there, dealing with Chris McGrew, standing in the room where, you know, Surfing with the Alien was recorded. How has that changed your outlook on life and what you want out of music? How did Hyde Street influence you guys after being in a very professional environment? You know, only a few months after getting on stage for the first time.
When we were just playing shows, right? It's like in fun, but it actually feels like real now.
It
You know
feels
what I
like
mean?
it's a real thing.
Yeah, it's a real. It feels like it feels
And
like a real thing.
It kind of encourages us more to actually think of this and do this as a profession.
Yeah.
Or as any situation that can just help us increase our productivity, help us increase our money, and and you know, it's friendship, you know.
And I like that you're speaking about increasing your productivity because I think when you went into Hyde Street, and please correct me if I'm wrong here, but when you went into Hyde Street, you had what, 8, 9, 10 songs ready to go?
Yeah.
Yeah, eight songs.
8 songs.
8 songs
Yeah,
ready
knock
to
that
go.
out,
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if Cheers was ready to go, but
Yours was
We
ready.
recorded it.
Yeah, we did record it.
We
and
did
it sounds
record it.
good.
We recorded it. Was it ready? Maybe not.
I
but we recorded
learned-
it.
Okay.
I heard the song for the first time the morning of the recording.
Well,
Dude.
like the recording day.
Lucas, it's kind of unfair that you're saying all the songs are ready except for Tears because half of them weren't finished. So, like,
But now they are.
that,
Somehow.
yeah, they are finished now, but
Well, sometimes you got to light a fire to cook that meat, you know.
Yeah.
And it seems like that's what Hyde Street did for you guys, and even more so. And another reason I like that you brought up productivity is because I also heard from you guys that after you went in and you smashed 100 songs in 2 hours. Well, what was it? We said it was 8 songs.
8
or
songs,
6.
8 songs in 3
3
hours.
8 songs in 3 hours. There we go. After you smashed that, I think it was a week later. One of you told me the next album's almost, done, been written.
Yeah.
You guys just jumped into
Yeah.
10 more songs.
Oh yeah.
So, I mean, is it safe to assume that going into record actually motivated you to do it even more?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah. I think.
Okay.
Well, we already had. I remember though. I remember in November. Luke was like, "Oh, I wrote a song for the second album." I was like, "Let's finish the first one."
Well, it's good to have that visionary style, foresight, and it's also good to have a little bit of grounding to finish the album you're on. So that's why you need a band, That's why you're not doing it individually. That's why it's 3 of you, and your team is going to grow,
Yeah.
Hopefully it does. Not necessarily your band. I'm not saying you shouldn't be a 3-piece because 3 pieces are cool as shit. But you're going to grow a team around your band, and I get the feeling that's already happening for you guys.
Well, y'all are like a team to us, right? We have like everyone at Music City.
Music
who
City.
is- who are
A great ally.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah!
Great
Like
ally.
I remember we walk in, and I don't know her name, but there's one worker who's like, "Oh, y'all are back. We love like your music." And I was like, "Yeah, it's
Are
awesome."
you talking about us? Are we the right people you're talking to?
yeah.
That's cool that you have that reaction, man. That bit of humility that you guys show is also very cool. And, it shows that what you're doing is real. You're not doing it for that reaction. You're not doing it for the praise and and the screaming fans and all the money that, that obviously you don't have yet. Tell us about working with your producer for the first album, Chris McGrew.
I think I got a lot of criticism from him, but in a good way. I think without Chris, we would not be able to be where we are for sure. He gave us a lot of, and he's definitely a really and I mean, he was the one who asked us, do you guys want to come record at Hyde Street, and
Yeah.
it was great.
Granted, I wasn't there when that happened because my mom was angry at me. I wasn't even supposed to play Battle of the Bands.
Oh yeah, he was grounded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's also what Rock Dog is about.
Why were you grounded?
There's a multitude of reasons, but it wasn't one big one. It was more like you should come home before like 9 p.m. once a week at least.
What are you out doing past 9 p.m.?
anything.
Do I want to know?
You don't have to answer that, Val.
And then my teacher wouldn't round my grade, and that was like the last straw.
Okay. But your mom brought you anyway to Battle of the Bands.
No, my dad did.
Your dad did. All right.
But yeah, so then I wasn't there for the end when we won or anything, but I knew that they were celebrating. I think I was probably asleep.
All right. At least they kept you in the loop, man.
Yeah.
And then I need to ask you, Matt, because Chris McGrew's a drummer. So what was it like working with him? I mean,
there's a bunch of things in the songs that he showed me how to do, right? And that's really good because now the songs actually sound good now because I added some different stuff instead of like just kind of playing whatever I wanted because he showed me what to do, which sounds way better, which is awesome. He's also showing me how to play jazz because there was two people at the very end of the session who walked in. Amazing piano player. I forgot his name.
Oh, yeah.
Ruckus.
Ruckus and Ariel.
Ruckus and Ariel. Yeah, they were really cool. And he was playing on the piano, and then Chris showed me how to play like some jazz music with the piano. It was really cool. And then Ruckus hopped on the kit, and I was like, and he was insane. I was
He is better than you.
Yes, he is better than me.
Shout out to Ruckus and Ariel.
Ruckus and Ariel were awesome. But yeah, it was really cool to work with a drummer who like knew who was better than me because he could show me a bunch of stuff. And it made the song sound better, you know. But he still told me that he thinks I'm a really good drummer, which was really cool because, you know, he's better than me. And he was like, at 16, I could never do what you're doing, which was really nice.
Yeah. And I've got two things to say about that conversation. One is that there's always someone better than someone.
Yeah.
Man. Everyone's got someone who's better than them. And the realization of that is what's going to make you excellently great at the end of the day. Because if you always know that you can always improve, then you will continue to always improve.
Yeah.
You know, and that's all you need to know in music is that you're forever a student. No one ever stops being a student of music, you know.
Yeah.
I think what both of them are trying to say is that we walked in a place with so much more history than we have, so much more experience than we have. And Chris, of course, has a lot of that experience. So he was basically able to show some of the ropes that we've been climbing up recently, you know? So walking into a place with all of this experience really pushing us to be better and like us learning so much in such a short time is really like what the experience has been about. It's been like, we're putting this together, we're getting a record, like, let's do this. Instead of, let's play in our garage and make a few songs, maybe get on a stage. It's really forwarding everything. It's such a vast amount, you know?
Yeah, and it's the fact that we met not even a year ago. And now we're talking about
A business
of making a recording of like professional songs that will be going out on Spotify, on YouTube, on these crazy like platforms that it's just surreal, you know?
And I also like how even though when we were in there, Chris was like on the phone with the Headhunters, right? Like a huge band, and he's also mixing with us, and it's like we feel even though you know he's working with like really famous people and also working with us, he still treats us the same.
Why is he working with
like
us?
the same level?
Yeah, he still treats us with the same amount of respect that he'd treat with another band, and he acts like the exact same person he would do with a really famous band.
Exactly.
Which is really cool.
That's
because
very cool, man.
He's because you know he's producing our music, right?
Yeah,
so
he's a professional.
yeah, and he knows what he's doing, which is awesome.
Yeah. And then the other side of Hyde Street Studios, which is a huge part of their history, is exactly what you guys just mentioned. Shout out to Ruckus and Ariel, hashtag. You know, there's this concept that I was introduced to through Hyde Street Studio, which is radical inclusion, and also 100 stories that you can hear if those walls could talk, man. But, you know, people like Jerry Garcia, he hung out at the Hideout, you know, all the time. And they would go studio to studio and, you know, he'd record guitar on this person's album and do a little piece on that album. And lots of people were going through and in and out of the studios. So it fills my heart up to hear you guys had that same experience. You know, at the end of your session, a few musicians walked in. You guys ended up having a bit of a jam, you know.
Yeah.
That is incredible.
It really is an honor. You know, it's just like thinking of even Hairspray was in that room. Like, you know, their cigarette smoke, their anything is just like, it's just really surreal. And it's something, it's hard to comprehend.
I agree. It's interesting being in there. You know what I mean?
is.
It's a weird. It's not a weird space, but it's a weird feeling.
Yeah.
Like but in a good way.
It's like you can kind of feel the presence of the former rock legends that were in there. You know,
agree.
like, you know, it's just like, oh wow, there's Jimi Hendrix on the toilet.
Yeah.
Hey, Jimmy.
and like sitting down on those couches. you
Oh
know?
yeah.
It's,
Oh yeah.
I've sat there a bunch, and I'm like, I kind of just take it all in. You know, I'm in a recording studio.
A bunch of
Just-
famous guys were
Yeah, but
sitting
famous
around.
guys in there, and then they
Right
also have a
where
really
my butt is.
they also have a really fun dartboard. Me and Lucas played when we get bored. Yeah, Val is sitting next to Chris doing the mixing, and me and Lucas go play darts.
I didn't even notice they left.
Yeah.
I can say that a lot about you, Val, as a basser. We
Amazing,
feel like it's
man.
mandatory to make fun of the bass player.
Yeah.
Most bands do feel that way. It's like a rite of passage. Becoming a band means ragging on your bass player, which is fine. We're very supportive of the fact. Although I must say, man, we were thinking about you guys. Obviously we were talking about this podcast leading up to it, and thinking about the experience you have as friends and in life, and to get back a little bit to the age you're at. You guys are at what we call the age to rage. You're at the age where you're breaking the mold of your parents. You're maybe ditching school now and then. You're realizing that there's life outside and friends outside of school, right? And you've got instruments. You're playing rock and roll music. You're playing it hard and loud. But I gotta be honest with you, man. You guys are friendly, upbeat, positive people
Thank you.
in rock and roll. How are you keeping that together? How are you keeping that right? How do you not have tattoos and you're not drinking and you're not doing the rebellious teenage thing? You're letting it out through your instruments, and you're wonderful people to be around. What's going on?
Well, I go to bed at 10 p.m. every night, so
Yeah,
that's probably where it is.
bedtime.
Yeah, I got my bedtime is 10 every night, but
Okay.
Unless we're over here.
Unless
at
we're
Music
rocking out,
City,
yeah.
Of
that
course.
turns him into a totally different person. Like
that's not true.
It's true. What I like to say is we're like schoolboys in the day, and then we're rock and rollers at night.
Yeah,
Sounds like a song incoming.
you could say that.
There's the
Lucas.
inspiration.
Boom,
All it
shakalaka.
took
Where's the
was
guitar, man? Let's
4
grab
or
a
5
guitar.
words.
Get the notepad, boys. I don't know how we stay. I mean, I think we're just. I feel like also we just kind of hang around good people.
Yeah.
I don't know many people who smoke or drink or all do that. I try and stay away from people who do that. Not like dabble in it, but people who are like alcoholics. Like some people I know at my school, right? And it's like, I don't really want to hang around those people because I just feel
Rather make music.
I'd rather make music with the boys.
Where are they?
And
What are they
also,
doing
yeah,
right
what
now?
they're sitting outside.
We're on a
like,
podcast
yeah.
at Music City while they're over there.
Yeah, like there's people who've been in our school who have gone into liver failure for drinking so much at parties. I'm like,
Yeah.
why? And also
For
thinks we're on a podcast right now. We're making music, and then they're just out there like on a beach getting hard drunk at a party. And I'm like, it doesn't sound like my thing. I'd rather be playing a show or having fun with friends. It's not my thing to just go to the beach and drink so much where I can't feel my head in the morning. It's not my thing.
It's fantastic to me that you can see that in other people and decide it's not what you want. And not only that, but see what bands are doing in music and decide that is what you want.
Yeah.
And make a clean cut, decision to go that way. That's fantastic.
And also, I think all of us too, we're rock and roll. A bunch of bands, we've all seen it, right? Where druggies, alcoholism is a problem, right?
It's always a problem.
It's always a problem in rock and roll bands, but I feel like there's so many people in rock bands who have died, right, from that, or who look like they're dead, like the Rolling Stones guitar player. And,
Wow. Shade.
and,
Which guitar player?
I don't know his name, but he's the guy who has he's the guy who always has someone next to him giving him a cigarette. That guy, he looks like he's 105 and like he has like no muscles.
So, well, if we want to talk, we're at Music City, right? We're right on Bush and Polk.
Oh yeah.
We're
Oh,
right
yeah.
we're almost like in the middle of the Tenderloin. Like, if you live in San Francisco, you know what's going on in the
Yeah.
streets.
Oh yeah, especially
right?
in the
You know,
Tenderloin.
right next to Hyde's studio. When we were going there the second time, the person forgot to let us in because they just thought we were like
Tweakers.
people banging on the door.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we were like mumbling like Red Hot Chili Peppers outside the door or something. We probably sounded insane.
Yeah.
You
But-
know, the line between genius and insanity is a very, very,
Yeah.
very thin line.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
But
And
I'm glad you mentioned the location, or shall I say, the placement of Hyde Street Studios and Music City. To give our viewers and listeners again a bit of context, there are a few blocks between Music City and Hyde Street, and those few blocks are the Tenderloin,
It's
yeah.
pretty intense.
the San Francisco Tenderloin.
And Tenderloin
You guys
is-
go to school up the road.
Yeah.
You
Right
guys
over
have
there.
grown up around this.
Yeah.
And still, we're sitting here talking about positivity and a good,
Yeah.
better life.
Uh-huh.
And that's very interesting to me. Tell me a little bit more about growing up around here, about dealing with this, and how long it's been as bad as it is now.
My parents moved to the Bernal Heights over there, if you know where it is, when it was still very, like, in the rubble. It was, like, nothing, right? And it's been all of that. The Dog Patch, Bernal Heights, the Mission has all been built up in, like, the past, like, 10, 15 years maybe to something. But before that, it was just, like, wasteland almost, you know? And it had a lot of the same problems as the Tenderloin is facing, but there's so many better people in the city that are helping that they just put such a dent in it, and it's just gotten so much better over there. But I really see like that hopefully coming to fruition in this area, because there's so many good people on this side of town, you know, in the entire city, right, that are helping out, like doing their part. There's a lot of people that aren't, but hopefully they get on board. But you know, it's just surreal sometimes.
It's good that you still got hope for this place, and you know, it's important that you have that hope because of what you said. There are great people in the Tenderloin, not only good people but a good vibe. I mean, we know the
not a bad
neighborhood.
place.
We know the neighborhood can be rough. Okay, we've seen it. We've all lived in San Francisco, but people still come here. People come to the neighborhood at night because it's vibrant. People come to Hyde Street Studios because it's artistic and it's beautiful.
Exactly.
People come to Music City because there's always something happening. There's definitely a creative flow going through these streets that is evident and has been for probably 60, 70 years.
Yeah, that's what I, if you can believe me, that's what I wrote the Axe about.
Yeah.
That's
The drug
one
problem.
of our songs.
Yeah.
I wrote it about the drug problem, the homeless situation in San Francisco, and you know, there's good parts of the song and there's bad parts of the song, just like San Francisco. You know, there's always the good parts that will just be always better than the bad parts.
And you know, let's talk about that for a second, because of course the good parts are there. We've just spoken about all of them, and they're fantastic. There's so much vibrance. But the bad side and the bad parts and the rough things we deal with also contribute to what you become, what your music becomes, what your artistic journey ends up being. And there's the old stupid saying, you know, that you don't get a diamond without a bit of pressure.
Exactly.
You know? And you know, when you're going through these bad things, when you're exposed to seeing what you see on the streets where there's a drug problem at certain parts of the city or whatever, I think it does affect you, and it does affect your music, and evidently it affects, you know, down to what you write about in the lyrics itself. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, man. We all have to go through those times, I think, you know.
I agree.
Yeah. And San Francisco is one of the best cities to really start a music career.
Oh, definitely.
honestly.
Yeah. Bay Area is awesome.
Uh-huh.
Oakland is a crazy punk scene.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. San Francisco too. Like underground punk
Francisco,
scene is
that's-
awesome.
You know, it's just a great city, but a lot of people like to look at it for the bad things.
Would you say that perception, especially in terms of music and the arts, would you say that perception is changing? Would you say there's some kind of revolution happening in San Francisco?
I mean, before like playing at like a venue like this, right? I didn't really know much about the underground punk scene. I didn't really know much about like actual music playing, right? I just kind of listened to, you know, the big like Green Day, Fall Out Boy, all those things. But like playing here, I realized there's so many bands, right, who are so good that don't get the light of day. And I think I think more bands now are getting discovered, right? And I think that's gonna like help grow the scene, I think. And I mean, the underground punk scene has always been crazy here, right? Like there's so many bands who have gotten their start here. But I think these bands are now like coming to light, especially since now you don't need a crazy record deal like you used to, right? You can record your own music, you can put it out to the public by yourself. You don't need a record deal from like Universal, right?
You can promote
Absolutely.
it yourself.
And I think that helps because now anyone can make their own music and anyone can find it instead.
Yeah.
Because when you have your music out there online, it's way easier to find than just walking into like a random pub, right?
Yeah.
And just listening to someone who has no album out.
Yeah. Keeping in mind though, that also creates much more music out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because now everyone can drop their music. There's more competition. There's more in each genre. Not a bad thing. I think it's good, man.
Yeah.
People are getting music out, and you know, more people are doing what you guys are doing, which is getting music out for the right reason. Because people are realizing that it's not a big money draw. There's not big record deals that are going to give you $1 million to go and record, you know?
Yeah.
And there's still people recording, more people,
Yeah.
which is great for me, man. It inspires me to know people are doing it for the reason of making music. That's it.
Yeah, I think without music, life is just meaningless. Don't quote me.
Please don't get all depressed right now.
But you know, music is just like it's what gets people going through the day. Sometimes, you know, like I'll be on my way to school, I'm listening to the Red Hot Chili Peppers. I'll be on my way back, I'll be listening to Metallica. Like, you know, I look forward to listening to music, and then when I get home, I look forward to making that music, and it's a great opportunity for sure
Yeah.
that we're getting.
I think it's also just fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah.
Guys, it's been a fantastic interview. Thank you very much. Total
pleasure.
Thank you for
Dysfunction.
having
We got
us.
Valentino,
Thank
we got
you.
Mathew, we got Lucas right in the middle of it, or shall we say Rodrigo?
All right. Thank
you,
you
guys.
guys.
Thank you
Thank you.
for getting the bass player too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks for having us. This was fun.
Sweet.
We are Total Dysfunction.
We are Total Dysfunction.
We practice at Music City.
Yeah, we do.
We come and practice in this amazing rehearsal space. They have everything you need. We love it. We love it. This place has everything you would need. They have your mixer. They have your mics. They have your mic stands. They have your drums. I want you to come rehearse at Music City.